And I'm back. That's what happens when your foot switch becomes a hand switch. Welcome to the Bender Bunker for another one of our quick lick series. It's July, summer 2018. We haven't been on for a while. We're on a little summer hiatus, but the Bender family came back to restock some provisions before we hit the open road again. So I thought I'd take a quick moment to try and get a quick lick series out here and get some Bender action going for July. What you heard there is a twangy little thing in E, and it's working the E7th shape for bending. So just kind of picture your normal D7th chord you know and love. Move it up to. Suddenly you're an E. And that's what we'll be working off of. We're going to be working off that E7th shape for bending. And then we're going to fly up here and work in our traditional twang box area in a kind of a seventh vibe as well. So here's the lick in isolation. Say it's a hit and run lesson. That's what we do here in these quick licks. So if that sounds good to you, you want on board, go grab that bender and meet me on the other side of the fade, because we're going to get right on it. All right, I see you've opted to join me here with the quick lick, the E7th lick here for July. I'm going to make you a promise. This will be the Bender Bunker's hottest lick we've ever done. The lick's okay. I'm not saying it's the hottest lick we've ever done here in the Bender Bunker. I'm saying it is the hottest it's ever been in the Bender Bunker. It's July here in Central Texas. I've got the AC running. So I'm going to go ahead and talk and twang as loud as I can over the AC, and we'll get through this together. Again, we are going to be in E7th shape for bending. So again, make your D7th down here, move it up 2, and you're in E7th, and that's what we're going to start with here. So I want you to put your index finger, second string, third, and your ring finger on the high E4th, the top 2 strings of that E7th shape for bending. That's how we're going to start. We're going to take our pick and we're going to be downstroking the top 2 strings in isolation twice. And as we pick each time, we're going to be bending each time along with the picking, and on the second one, we're going to keep the bender fully activated, and it sounds like this. Okay? So let's do that, and then I'll show you what happens after we get there and keep it fully activated. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and hit the high E, still covered on the 4th. Go back to the second string on the 3rd. Go back to the high E, but now it's open. Take your finger off. Go back to the B string on the 3rd, but this time letting it down on the bender. And then bring your middle finger there on the 3rd string 4th to complete the E7 shape. So it sounds like this. When you do it fast, it sounds kind of twangy. All right, so that's the first part, nothing crazy. Here's what we do after that, real quick on the 4th string. So your hand just moves over to the 4th string. I've got my ring finger on the 4th fret. I'm hitting it once with a little bit of a half pre-bend. And then my index finger goes down to the 4th string on the 2nd for 1 hit. You do it up to speed. Alright, so we're halfway through the quick lick. Nothing crazy so far. Now we're going to go up to more of our traditional twang box shape, 4E. And when we get there, we're going to do something along this line. And to make it sound like that, what you're doing, of course, we're down here. We're going to be working our way up to the 7th fret. And you're going to be working that second string, your B string, with your index finger. And as you're working up to your target of the 7th fret, when you get there, you're going to be barring the top 2 strings with your index finger. But I want you to make some noise with that index finger on the 2nd string as you work it up to that 7th fret. And by the time you get to your target area on the 7th fret, I want the bender fully engaged for this lick. Basically like that. Now you've got your bender fully engaged. You're going to take your little finger and go up on the high E 10th fret. Come back to the B string, is still covered by your index finger on the 7th. Then you're going to the high E, still covered by your index on the 7th. Back to the B on the 7th, but this time letting the bender down. And then I'm completing that little run with my ring finger being on the 3rd string 9th. to make it sound a little bit more the way I played it, you're going to be doing this. Listen to what we're doing on the third note. It's really kind of an implied ghost note. So here's 1, 2, ghost note on the third, high E, back to the B, full but letting it down, and then third string on the ninth. So again, that third string is a staccato ghost note to give that chicken picking sound you hear when I play it. All right, from the top. And then we finish strong, but we're going to take our pick, go to the back of the bridge for twang action, and we're going to hit the low E open once, index finger on the second fret of the low E twice, kind of giving it a waggle, and then open E again. Which leads you to your E chord. So here we go. Again, that part up here was. Now a little bit more up to speed. That's basically the lick. That's what I played in the opening, and this is our quick lick series. So there's a quick lick. I just want to add a couple of variations on the theme here to make it a little bit more interesting. That very first part that starts us off, where you've got the. Instead of going with that open high E, you could do put your little finger on the high E fifth, go back to the B string, take your little finger off, do the fourth fret that you've already got covered, and then back to let the bender down. So the first way was, this way is. So there's a slight variation on a theme if you want to mix things up. Other variation you can do is when you get up here for the, instead of going down to low E to finish things off, you can do this. And so what I'm doing there is I'm sneaking my little finger actually up and I'm barring the top two strings on the 12th. And when I bar them with the pinky on the 12th, I'm starting by hitting the high E, and before I hit the second string, my B string on the 12th, I've already got the bender fully engaged, and when I hit it, I let it down kind of abruptly. And then I'm dropping my middle finger on the third string, your G string, on the 11th, and bending it up a full step. Like that. So, you can either, or you can, you got two options there to end it. So just a little variation on the theme there to make that lick even more interesting. There you go. Like I promised, more twang, less talk. That is your quick lick for July 2018 here, the summer edition of Quick Licks. And I'm going to try and get another, we'll see if I can't sneak another lesson in here on the bender before the end of July. If not, I'll definitely see you again in August. We'll be back from our travels. And you know the motto around here, it certainly never changes. It is never too late to go on a bender, especially when it's this hot. We're going to get a nice cool beverage, hopefully a spirited libation. We'll do that. And that always makes me a little bit more inspired to come up with more of these bender licks. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the backing track, play it once in context, and get on out of your way so you can practice it and make it your own, which I hope you do. You continue to have a great summer, and I'll see you again soon.